even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream.
I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
Hello, and welcome to the 420 Project podcast. I'm Sean.
I'm Erin.
And I'm Michael.
And this is episode number 11. We hope you're enjoying our podcast so far, so don't forget we are available on iTunes right now. So go to iTunes, click subscribe, and you're going to be up to date with every episode we've got. So I think that's a pretty good plan. I do it, obviously. What about you, Michael? Do you subscribe to the podcast?
I do.
Everyone, we are so fucking vain by subscribing to our own podcast.
Well, we've got to be.
Well, we got to get those likes up. So if you thoroughly enjoy our company or just
listening in each week,
whatever.
Definitely. So first up tonight, we've got some breaking news out of Melbourne at Flinders Street Station.
No, it wasn't the station. It was Flinders Street and...
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
It was
to
right next
context.
to Flinders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right
Sorry.
next to Flinders Street Station.
Sorry.
At Flinders Street Station on the corner of Elizabeth Street and Flinders, it was a man... so far we've got limited knowledge of what's happened. 13 people so far are injured. A man drove a SUV sports vehicle and mounted the curb and has struck 13 people also. And they're currently in hospital. And yeah, it's just absolute pandemonium at the moment in the city.
So this is like all brand new news. Like
so what's the time?
Within the last
6 hours. 6 hours.
6 hours.
Happened 6 hours ago. Yeah, about 4:41 p.m.
in Melbourne CBD.
Yeah,
which is really sad to hear.
Yeah, it's like peak hour.
We're not sure if
there's lots of people around.
I'm just looking on Twitter now to see if there's any updates, but there's not too much. We don't know the motives. Just speculation, really, I guess, at the moment. So I've only seen a few things online, people doing the usual, well, if he was an Arab or a brown person or a Muslim, fucking, they're doing it, they always do it. That's the argument I hear.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
There's just speculation before we even know everything.
I mean,
yet.
He could have genuinely thought he was going through a green light.
Yeah.
In a rush, and he was, in a dying need to go through, and realised he went through a red light and crashed into all these people. Who knows? He could have been having a fit. Like, this is all
you don't know
developing
what the background
story.
of
Okay,
this
well,
person.
considering we're talking about that now, but I'm having a look now. The police have said that the incident was deliberate. There was a second man arrested in relation to it, who was not in the car. He was nearby, filming on his phone, and a bag with knives in it.
Shit.
Wow.
So it seems like the plan was. It sounds like he was going to hit bunch of people, and the guy was filming it to then obviously put it on the internet and live stream or something like that, and he has knives in his bag, probably going around to stab a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fucking scary.
Wow,
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that really changes everything.
So it's premeditated, basically. And so, like, it was all planned out to be at the right spot at the right time.
Yeah.
It's definitely busy in the city.
Oh yeah.
As usual.
It's Christmas shopping. It's peak.
I've just seen, guys, that it says that the 32-year-old driver had a history of mental health issues and a drug use.
Yeah. So like, still, like,
is he white?
He's on a mental health plan and was known to police.
is he white or coloured?
Who knows?
Or what?
If he's white and it's mental health, that's always the fucking excuse.
That's always the go-to.
It says that
it's not terrorism when it's a white guy.
There's no link to terrorism, but it just says that the 32-year-old driver had a history of mental illness and drug use. He's on a mental health plan and was known to police.
Jesus.
There's no increased threat in Melbourne, and Patton that's the guy, the commissioner.
Yeah.
He encouraged the public to continue with their plans over the holiday break.
Yeah, that's what you want to hear. But like this shit that just happened today.
Yeah.
was unexpected.
Yeah, considering we had the
I hate how the media tells you like, oh, just expect to be blah blah blah. But like, yes, you should go about your business.
You shouldn't be afraid to go about your business in this day to day. This is what happens. This is what's happened with the terrorism since 9/11. That's when modern day terrorism pretty much started, where it was like, wow, our planes aren't safe. Now it's pretty much everywhere. And that is exactly what they fucking want. They want us to be fearful. They want us to be divided. The hateful groups that are around the world want everyone to just be divided against each other, not getting along at all. You have your religion, we have our religion. Our God doesn't like your God. We think we're right, you think you're right. That's what they want from everyone, really. And I guess we're all pretty much like, we don't really adhere to any religion, so we're more probably agnostic or atheist.
Yeah.
But just seeing it from a secular standpoint, it's like, what the fuck are you all fighting about? Like, why do you need to hurt people? We're all human beings. We're all here, doing our best to get by in this crazy fucking world. So
yeah.
I guess we'll find out more information as it comes to light. But yeah, there's been an attack. I'll just call it. It's probably a terrorism attack. No matter what. I mean, we had one very similar earlier this year, or was it last year, in Burke Street, where a male did the exact same thing and he mounted the curb earlier this year.
This year, yeah.
Yeah, earlier this year in January or something, or February. And he mounted the curb as well, and he went and struck a bunch of people. And everyone does put two and two together when ISIS are telling their followers, use cars, use trucks, hit people with them now, because it's getting harder to sneak bags or leave bags in places because people get right onto that sort of shit. So I guess any way to make people scared. So I guess like a question I have for you guys would be in regards to this, and also for you guys listening on the podcast as well, would you still be fearful to go into the city? If you're from Melbourne, or you're from a city around the world, would you still be quite fearful either a day or even a few hours after a terrorist attack? Would you be willing to continue about your business? Because it's a Thursday night, some people go out clubbing tonight, so if you were someone who's going out clubbing, would you still go out now? Is what I would think.
That's a good question.
So I think I'll open it up to you guys.
If
what
it
you
was
guys
me,
think.
probably not. Like, I would think something like that happens very rarely. So, like, if it just happened, I would not be scared. And I think that's what absolutely sucks for the people that have done it. It's not going to make the effect that it has in their head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, no, I wouldn't be affected by it. I'd be sad. But, I mean, like, if I was going out, planning to go out, I'd still go out.
Yeah.
Short story.
Yeah, I think for me, honestly, like, it is scary and, like, horrible to think that something like that has happened. But if you've got plans or you're already thinking, oh, I want to go into the city to do this, still go, because if you're being scared and afraid, that's just like, well, they're winning because that's what
they're
they want.
watching.
That's what they want, for you to stay in your home. It's just like, you only live once, if that is your chance that you happen to die, which is horrible. But you need to go do what you need to go do.
Live your life.
Just live your life.
Thankfully, they have arrested the two the two perpetrators who were involved in it, the driver and the other person I mentioned earlier, who was seen filming it, and they said he had knives in his bag. So they've arrested those two people, which is good.
I'm just, like, as horrible as it is, I'm just glad that no one was actually killed right on the instant.
Well, we don't know. There's a few people that are in critical condition, so
I know,
they may.
But they haven't confirmed that anyone is dead. Right,
so hopefully we'll definitely give you guys an update to that story next week. So I guess I'm just going to have to keep talking because Michael just fucked off to the toilet and he's taking for fucking ever to just wash his fucking hands.
That's okay.
That was like 30 seconds.
Oh, fuck off.
That was,
No way was that 30
That
seconds.
was like 30 seconds.
Oh, well, at least you did wash your hands. I know someone else.
Alright.
That's alright,
you.
that's fine.
Well, another thing that happened,
30 seconds.
we didn't get to talk about this last week, but same-sex marriage was fully and made into law.
Yeah.
Let's
Love is love.
tune the volume down. The daughter's asleep. Lol.
That's alright, she's fast asleep. She didn't have a day sleep, she's fine.
Whoa, what are you doing? What are you taking a picture for, you cunt?
Okay, yeah, so same-sex marriage.
I got a video that I can show you guys that I saw. What the fuck? I look so stoned.
Anyway, yeah, you
I
got
have a video that I can show you guys. But Erin, what were you? What were you doing? That I think I told you that it was happening.
What day was it again? Can you
Was it
refresh?
Tuesday, Wednesday? No, I think it was a Thursday. But you were. I was watching it live, but you were.
No, I feel like I was at work that day because you messaged me. I feel
No,
like
that was the vote.
Oh, that was the vote. Okay. I'm not sure what I was doing that day, but oh no, that's right. I was out the back doing art and craft with Isabella. You were on the computer and you come out and told me because I could hear you. You're making loud noise. And you're like,
that's
yes.
right.
And I was just like, awesome. That means that like same-sex marriage is passed. That's awesome. Feels so good that people who want to get married can get married to each other.
No, Michael, stop fucking farting.
So yeah, that was really.
Stop hitting me.
Can you stop it? I'm trying to talk. So that was really happy and exciting. I love you, Michael. Yeah, so that was really awesome because you came out and said to me that it got legalised, and yeah, I was pretty over the moon to hear that people can finally get married to people who they love, that they fucking deserve it.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They've finally been able to get it after all these years, after all this time.
Yeah, fucking father-lasting around.
Yeah, I don't know why they had to take so long to do it. Well,
There's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's seriously, it's just two girls loving two girls, like girls loving each other, or guys. Like,
I can't seem to find this fucking video, sorry.
What video is it?
I'm trying to find this video
that's it, out of one.
that was there.
Is that it? Is that 2 models? 2.5.
I couldn't find it.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. I know that a couple of people got married, and that was good to see.
Yeah.
They got married, yeah.
Yeah. Good on them. Finally, yeah. And then they get to spend Christmas as like a married couple. So
Nice.
that's really exciting for them.
Exactly.
Cheers.
Cheers
For
to,
you.
cheers to all the gay and lesbian couples who can now get married in Australia.
Cheers.
Clinkety clink,
Clinkety clink, motherfucker. Alright. I mean, going off topic here.
Yeah.
Just to change it up
Yeah.
a bit. This system is fucked.
The justice system?
Just everything.
Yeah.
The whole way people live their lives. You don't need to fucking work to live.
Yeah.
Like, there is actual evidence that proves that if you weren't paid to work, you were just paid to volunteer when you're ready in wherever you need to go. Like, part of the system to work where you're needed when you want to.
Yeah.
And it's every single person involved.
Yeah.
The system will run not just the same in terms of what you get out of life,
Yeah.
it would be better.
Yeah. True.
Quality of life in that system is better, and it's proven because people go to work when they want to volunteer their time,
Yeah.
but they're not forced into work just to make ends meet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the whole world, everyone as a whole and one.
Yeah.
There's no third world countries. There's no middle class or higher up, or, you know, there is, but there isn't.
Yeah.
Everyone volunteers, but you have basic human needs, and you get comfort when you want it. And like, you just how does that not make sense? It makes perfect sense.
It does.
You don't have to be stupid to realise this. doesn't matter what you do, you just, there's a system where you sign up to volunteer when you fucking want to. Like, make this for bread and, you become a baker for a day. Just weighing out whatever. You become anything. A politician. If you're smart, you're a mathematician. If, whatever field you're good in naturally, volunteer and give to others, and everyone else will give to you. And that's how you can live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, going off what you're saying, I think what you're saying with all the system is also, a good part of it is also like the education system. We're not taught proper skills. We don't get taught how to do a tax return. We don't get taught how to change a tyre in a car. Those sort of skills get taught
it's the real
in...
things
It's the
in life.
basics.
Yeah.
Like,
We don't
I
know
like
how
to
to save
say,
for a deposit.
when I have
it's not.
I
It's-
have this argument, I say, you're catching a flight, 12, 15 hours you're going to be in the air.
Yeah.
Right? And there's something that's fucked up with the plane. That mechanic that's working on your plane will look in the manual and accurately change and fix the issue in the plane.
Yeah.
To make sure you're having a safe trip, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's aeroplane mechanics. That's like, rocket science, borderline.
Yeah.
So when you're in an exam in year 12, you're not allowed to bring the novel for English into the exam, even though that's the hard evidence.
Yeah.
So when you want to write a quote on your exam, you refer back to the source, the learning actual thing, the
You're only
thing that you
sometimes allowed
gain.
one paper.
Yes,
with
but
references.
why can't you refer back to the book and be like, I remember reading that, it's on something around here, and read back, catch that quote, put it in your essay and say, that's what I'm talking about, blah, 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 because I read it and that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But when it's an exam, you're not allowed to bring in your books. You're not allowed to bring in your smartphone. You can't rely on the actual information and be like, that's me proving what I know because I read it.
Yeah.
You don't rely on that kind of shit when it's in everyday life.
Yeah.
Hence the aeroplane mechanic.
Most places
You
have
wouldn't want
manuals
him
for
to be
things,
like, this is all the memory game. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
The aeroplane mechanic would not be like, oh, I think it's here where I do this, blah, 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 and I think it's here. He doesn't want to fuck up and rely on his memory.
Yeah.
It's not a memory game.
'Cause every
he
plane
refers
is
back
different.
to the fucking Bible, and that's how he fixes
That's
the
how he
plane.
gets it, yeah.
That's how you should run the exam.
Yeah.
You learn from a book, and you should be able to bring it into the exam. You shouldn't be like, oh, this is a test of memory. People learn differently. People learn
It's
physically.
been proven, scientifically
exactly
studied.
what you were saying. Changing a tyre, you don't get taught that.
No, you don't. You get taught stupid things about like how to write essays and like long stories or short stories about poetry. Like, yeah, fair enough, but at the same time, how is that going to help me when I move, get into the real world of buying a house, renting a house, having kids,
Exactly.
buying a car, having a loan?
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't help you at all. Yeah,
Exactly.
I liked school only for like the social aspects of it.
Yes, but not the learning.
But yeah,
This is,
I hated English.
Sorry.
Maybe that's why I didn't do so well at it. I liked maths.
Yes.
I was pretty good at that. I understood most of it, but at the same time, it's just like, how is pi
Yes.
gonna help you in life?
Like, if you're... I don't know.
unless you're gonna be a teacher.
Unless you're going to go through to that field where you have to use pi as your everyday life,
Yeah. It's like,
you
how's
shouldn't be
pi?
using pi.
How the fuck
like-
is pi gonna save you in your fucking life?
I mean,
just wait.
yes, I'm a
Boss is
chef.
gonna run
I
me
need to
over.
make
Hang on, I need to
pie.
work out what pi is.
Like, I don't-
I'll be alright.
Anyway, that brings me to the second point, if you can hold on.
I'm alright.
The second point is I don't know if it's Sweden or... maybe Sweden, something like the Netherlands. What they do is through primary school or grade 1 to year 6, they educate the kids in whatever they feel comfortable in, whatever they're good at. And each year they get more precise information from each child.
Yeah.
This kid's more better with his hands. This kid's good at maths.
Yeah.
This kid's good at English. This kid is good at woodwork. This kid is blah, blah, blah. And so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So during high school, they kind of push them into that area. And what they have found by pushing those kids into those areas where they're good at is they're going to succeed more in that area. Not
That's
everyone's
pretty cool.
going to be a lawyer. Not
Yeah.
everyone's going to be a chef.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to be.
But how many times do you hear about
you know.
people saying, like, even friends, like, I've heard so many people going, oh, I wish I hadn't have done this thing at uni because I ended up changing,
Yeah.
like, halfway between courses, and I was like, fuck that, I don't want to be this, I don't want to do that.
And you just wasted like 3 or 4 years
Yeah.
of your life doing that, and you don't want to do it. Yeah.
I just wanted to show this thing that I'd seen online, and it was really interesting. It was in regards to work and our life
Yeah.
in general, and showing, like, so he's 18 when we're technically adults,
Yeah.
and he's 65 when we're roughly going to retire. And I was just pointing out that in this time period here,
Yeah.
we live our lives, we have fun,
Yeah.
we do whatever we want, we have no responsibilities, and then boom,
18.
we hit 18, and then from this time all the way over here, you can almost be dead by this time at
Yeah.
65.
Yeah.
You are doing that. You are working.
Work.
Yep.
So it was just pointing, and then the last part of your life is the exact same
It's having
as
fun.
the start.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
relax,
That is true.
You take
because
your
you're
time.
at a certain age, yeah, where
you enjoy your time with your friends,
and then you pass away.
and then you die.
Yeah.
You start the same way you finish, pretty much. You grow up with love and friends and kindness, and you end with
I
that.
hate that the whole world is associated, like the society, that you have to work to survive in life, like
To earn.
to earn money, to pay for bills, to pay, like, and that's the thing, like, why do we have to pay for water?
Yeah.
I-
Water should be for it.
Yeah.
For free.
You are fake news.
Don Burke.
Don Burke.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's talk about Don Burke.
You can go
So for
slow
those
down.
who...
Do you want me to start?
No, that's okay. For those who don't know, Don Burke was a presenter on a television program in Australia in the 90s and 80s called Burke's Backyard, and he was a garden presenter, and he's recently been accused of being sexually inappropriate and harassing quite a number of women over the years. Yeah, I just thought we'd have a quick chat about it, because one incident I can think of off the top of my head was, do you know Olympian swimmer Susie O'Neill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard about what he...
Yeah,
Yes.
Did you- Yes.
I heard. It's funny. Can I just mention
Yeah,
that?
go ahead,
it's
mention it to
completely
them.
like that's old news. Do you feel that? I feel that. Like, I don't know what happened to Don Burke. Did he go to jail? Did he get fined? Did he get sacked?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody fucking knows, because the internet in like media, they don't update you. Like, you have to go searching for it.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think
hey, Don Burke was accused of da 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 da, and that's it. You don't know if he was actually, like, you know, accused for it and it was true,
Yeah.
or it was false, or what the go was.
I think when you have corroborating stories from people who say, "Yeah, I was there, the exact
Yes.
same thing happened," when there's a bunch of people who are higher ups who are saying we knew about him at Channel 9, then they knew what was going on. For instance, it came out that Kerry Packer, who used to own Channel 9 before he passed away, knew about Don Burke and had warned people a couple of times, like, oh, he's a bit, look out for him, or keep him under wraps or something. I think he may have told Burke's producers or the people who were in charge of him to keep an eye on him, because
Yeah.
he must have known. So goes to show that, like, even the most, and when we talk about this guy, like he was one of the most loved presenters on I think it was a Friday night or something like that. The show was on, and everyone used to love watching it.
Sorry to interrupt you, Sean, for a second. When I first heard about the Don Burke, I was just like, oh my god, that's such a shock. I used to watch Burke's Backyard, like lots,
Same.
and I was
Same
just
here.
like, to think that, I was just like, oh my, what the fuck?
I almost felt just as violated
Yeah, I was just like,
as the victims of Tom Burke. Just watching
Just
him.
ruined your childhood,
I was so
I know,
innocent.
it was just like
watching
Don
him.
Burke.
I was like,
he looks.
oh my god,
He's so gentle, and he's
holy
like,
shit.
oh, aren't these
He's a
petunias
gardener.
But that's the
lovely?
thing, you can't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't know who
you
something
thought
is.
you were looking at a flower when really it was a thorn.
Yeah.
Nice. Word
But that's the
play.
thing. Sean and I a little while ago, after talking about like the Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey, we're just like,
Spacey. Mr. Kevin Spacey.
we were just like, oh, I wonder who's going to be next. And we said like a few random names, and then all of a sudden this Don Burke. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Just shocked to hear about this person, because I used to watch it, and I used to watch it with my mum and dad, and to hear about that he's a predator, like I said, you can't judge a book by its cover. You don't know anyone until you really do know someone. Like, you hear about.
Well, you only got snippets of a guy playing a character.
Yeah, that's the thing though. You've only seen
He
him on
was
TV.
Burke
You don't
from
know
Burke's Backyard.
You don't know the real Don Burke.
That's what a lot of people don't get, is a lot of the time people are actually just put on personalities. That's not who they are in their real life. So like
Except for Kevin Spacey.
I mean, I guess, except for like Fitzy and Whipper, like they're probably like that in real life. There are a couple of radio presenters here in Australia, or Hamish and Andy. They
Yeah,
seem
Hamish
very
and Andy, yeah.
genuine to what they're
Down
actually
to
like.
earth,
But there
yeah.
are some people who act up.
Yeah, it's just all the
Kyle and Jackie O, that's a fucking great example.
Yeah.
They over-exaggerate everything, go over the top, overboard, just to get ratings, and they get paid the most money. Just because they're controversial half the time. I've got a video to show you guys. It's Don Burke pollinating a flower, and it's how you pollinate a flower. It's
After hearing about it, I don't know if I want to see it.
it's very sexual how you have to pollinate this type of flower.
Okay, let's go.
I'm
Let's
ready.
go for it. Oh my
Delicious.
God. That's like giving a.
Oh my god.
Kay, what are you actually doing?
How did I jack that fucking flower?
I know. I was just thinking that, but I was gonna say it.
Holy shit.
Open, and the bottom part is the female part, which is receptive to the pollen when it's hot. If you feel that, you'll find it's about 96 degrees.
It's quite warm.
Isn't it? Yes.
It's wrong.
Yes. So
And this top bit here is
Oh yeah, Donnie, jack that fucking
that
thing up.
produce the pollen 24 hours after this flower has begun to close. The little close around at the waist.
Ooh, yeah, grip that fucking flower.
Yeah, nice and
You should
tight.
see this flower, guys. This flower is fucking like so penis shaped. It is not funny.
But it doesn't happen here.
It's ripe and ready for pollination, and she's jacking it off in a motion to pollinate this flower. There she goes again.
Oh, look at that. It's like a big banana.
Oh.
2 months.
what does it look like? What actually?
Her husband must be proud.
What the fuck? Why did you do that to a plant?
Hang on, listen.
Pregnant woman, so to speak, and the seeds are all in little capsules, and there's about 30 seeds to each little bubbly capsule.
Oh yeah.
They break
Bubbly.
open and you
Alright, I'm bored of this shit.
Okay, what the fuck?
What
Who
the hell?
does that to a plant? I'm gonna fucking jerk it off like a fucking banana. Seriously. Fuck. Oh my god, that.
I know, it's a weird.
That
It's
is
weird how they do that. I guess
yeah.
that's what they do. I guess as a person who works with plants, that's not really like a troublesome thing to see. That's probably a very normal
That's like the weirdest thing ever. to
thing
do
for
with
them to
plants.
see. Yeah. So, Erin, what would you had a story that happened last night that you wanted to share with us earlier?
Yeah, so it was. Sean and I were getting high, and we were like, "What do you want for dinner?" Because we got back late after helping out a friend. And Sean was like, "Oh, what about fish and chips, but we got home like not enough time to go pick it up and get it before it closed. So we're like, okay, we'll scratch that. What about Macca's? I was like, okay, let's get some nuggets. And we didn't really feel like going out, so I was like, let's try Uber Eats.
Yeah.
And because I had a card to get like 10% or whatever it is % off,
Yes.
I was like, let's give this a go and see if it's still open for it to work.
Yep.
So I did. I signed up and everything, and gave Uber Eats a try.
Yeah.
It was all good. I was tracking them and seeing, and honestly, I thought they were going on a bicycle because that's what it had on the picture on the app. I was like, if it's on a bicycle, I hope that the food's still hot. They got here, but they were in a car.
Yeah.
But they didn't have exactly what we ordered. There was like a large chips missing. So, and that was the first time that we've ordered it. So I was like, Sean, what do we do? Do we?
Yeah, it was really weird. Like how we.
It was a bit awkward.
Because they don't technically work for Macca's. They work for Uber.
They're just like the
They're
driver.
delivering
So I was
the
just
food.
like, we're missing a large chips. What do we do? And I said, the large chips we're missing is not here. And he's like, he was quiet for a bit. And then I was like, Sean. So he came around to the front door and he was like, what's happened? And I was just like, we're missing a large chips. And then I said to the guy, we're supposed to have this. And I showed him the receipt that I had on my phone and also the receipt that was on the bag that said a chicken nugget meal, large, with the drink, and 2 large chips. And we only got 1 large chip, so I was just like, what's going on? Like, why didn't they send us the large? And the driver was like, do you want me to go back and tell them? And I was like, yes, please. So we put our chips and nuggets in the oven to keep hot until
they got back.
They got back, and he came back and they gave us 2 extra large chips instead of 1.
It was pretty cool.
That was pretty good, but I was just like, how come you didn't read the receipt to see that it said a large chicken nugget meal, like 10-pack in a large meal, which is the large chips, and then an extra large chips, and it even had it on the receipt on the bag. But I was just like, whatever. They gave us an extra large chips as well. So
Nice.
yeah, it was pretty good. It was our first experience with Uber Eats, so I think they did pretty well. And the guy was like,
we gave the guy like the good rating because we were like, it wasn't your fault. They just fucked up.
Yeah, it wasn't, and that's why I was a bit unsure. I was a bit unsure what to do because I was like, I've never had Uber Eats delivery before, so I was like, what do I do? Do I say, well, we're missing something? Do you go back?
Better than a taxi. So when I was in America, I used Uber Eats and it was so easy to use.
Yeah.
I had Wi-Fi. I asked for a taxi sorry, didn't mean taxi. I asked for a Uber.
Yeah.
And an Uber, sorry. That's
a Uber? What the fuck is a Uber?
An Uber.
A Uber is a YouTuber who uses Uber. They're a Uber.
And it was so exact. It was so easy to use. In America, they've got them everywhere.
A lot of people.
They tell you
do.
5 minutes, and it's like 3 minutes. Hi, I'm here. I'm your Uber. Like so much quicker than a taxi.
And cheaper too.
And cheaper, and so much better.
I do want
a lot of the time they say, "Hey, what do you want to listen to?"
Yeah.
What do you want to
I've heard so many good experiences about Uber.
It's
the taxi.
so easy.
You want to hear my last taxi experience? This was it. Hey, I'm going to the. Can you take me to the shopping centre? Yeah, sure, mate.
No,
driving in fucking silence for like 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, I'm not.
There you go. Have a good day. You too, mate. See ya.
Sorry, but
so fucking awkward.
But no meaning to be racist, but like most of the taxi drivers are Indians and they listen to like Indian bloody music, and it's just like, what the fuck are you listening to? It's like awkward, and you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
But if
and they don't make
I would really like to go to get an Uber driver because like how fun would that be?
Yeah.
Someone who's like middle aged, listening
Very
to your music,
person.
giving you free water and drinks, like
maybe
whatever,
some mints or lollies or whatever they
or
got.
some gum or whatever, and also being a little bit cheaper. Like I reckon it'd be Sorry, excuse me. Got the
How
hiccup.
cheap is like small packs of like those Mentos though? You just go buy them in bulk.
That'd be fun. I reckon it'd be
You just
fun.
buy
to do it either.
if you're an Uber driver, you could
If
just
it
buy
gives you
a
good
shit ton a
rating,
lot.
The more money you get. You know,
You spend like $50 and
That's
get about
your business.
1,000 Mentos or
Yeah.
whatever.
Go to fucking
Probably more than
Costco.
that.
Buy
Yeah,
1,000 packets of 10 mints. Give them to your customers. Get a 5-star review. Continue working your business.
That's what I was saying
as
to
an
Erin.
everyday
Because I was
person.
explaining to Erin how it works. Like,
It's
if you
not
get a
that
good
hard.
rating, people are more inclined to pick you. And if that Uber driver sees that you got a good rating as well, they're more inclined to pick you up or be happy to pick you up.
Yes. It's win-win.
Exactly.
Kind of like, I'm going to rate you for your service. You're going to rate me for my customer service.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to see how each person goes. So that's good. I was just wondering,
We
have
should
you guys
bought, like,
seen...
3 bottles of wine.
Have you seen Donald Trump try and drink water?
Oh god, please say no.
I have.
'Cause I want to see it
And-
again. It's hilarious.
I have not seen the new video.
Yes.
Do you want to show us, Sean?
Nah, I'm just gonna sit here and just watch it myself. No, I'm not sharing it with you guys. You just can fuck off. Here we go. It's on a loop. Look at him, 2 hands like a child. I'm wearing my big boy pants today. Come on,
I just
Johnny.
don't understand why, as a 70 to 80-year-old, why the fuck would you drink like that?
Exactly.
Yeah, like-
It's really weird.
I don't want to drop the glass. It's so precious.
Essence of life.
The
It's so
essence.
beautiful. It's like
Oh,
it's just
probably
water.
like
It's just water. But
volcano fucking rock filtered
it's just water.
sparkling water.
Oh my god.
It's just water, but to me, it's like a $1,000
elixir.
bill water.
It is an elixir of life.
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 Sorry.
It's like the best water ever. Oh my god, I cannot.
It is the best water ever. You should have seen. Fantastic. Best water ever. Everyone says so. Even, like, you should have seen it. It was just fantastic. The best.
Thank in our church.
Thank you. God bless you.
That can never get old.
That's never gonna get old. I
It's
fucking
not.
love that he's probably wearing dentures. It's most like that he's wearing dentures.
Definitely dentures. It's no other reason why. Like, yeah.
I love the fact that we can just I can just play that. I really should just like try and get that made as into my alarm every morning. I just hear, God bless the Israelis, the Palestinians, and God bless the United States. And then I'll wake up to that every morning. Or is that too
God bless
creepy to
you,
listen to every
I don't
morning?
know.
I don't know if I want to wake up to
Sounds
Donald Trump
exactly
every
like
morning.
you, Sean.
Grab him by the pussy.
Go bad pussy.
You are fake news.
So, we've got Christmas in 4 sleeps, guys.
Yeah.
It's our last program before Christmas comes around. Program, we call them episodes. What the fuck am I on about?
Yeah, 4 sleeps and it's not far away.
Yeah. So, fucking, I'll tell you a story, Michael. I was on the computer the other day, and I was thinking about going to do some live streaming on my phone.
Yeah.
And just as I was about to do that, Erin came in and said, I'm going to the shops to get a few things. I'm going to the shops to get a few things. I'll be back soon.
Yeah.
I'm like, no worries. This is a Saturday, mind you. I didn't realise it at the time that it was like it took me I had a wake and bake, so I was stoned already. I'm okay. Thanks for the water though. So I was forgotten that it was a Saturday. So I'm sitting there, I'm live streaming, chatting away to some people from around the world, and I get it, and then a message pops up from Erin, and it says, hey, just found a park, I'm just going in now. And I was like, oh my god, it's been like half an hour.
Oh my god.
How did it take you so long to find a
she's like-
park?
She's only just found a park. She hasn't even begun shopping.
She was driving around so long.
I got there and I was just like, what the fuck? Why am I taking so long to find a park? It was hectic. There was lots of people at the shops. Everyone wanted to be there, get their Christmas presents. It's just like, around Christmas time, everyone just goes crazy.
Yes.
I think it's ridiculous that you have to pay for parking.
Yeah, I know.
You go into a shopping centre and then
you're spending money there.
Yeah, you're spending money to get like groceries or birthday presents or, you know, something that you need, and then you have to pay another thing for parking to get out.
Yeah, I know.
And
Ridiculous.
It's funny, Sean. Remember that time that we didn't pay for parking? We went the wrong way.
Oh yeah, I was like, fuck that, I'm not paying for parking. I drove up the wrong side of the road. We could have
no
almost
cars
gotten
coming.
hit by a
No, but
car.
there wasn't any cars.
We checked and I had to fang it. I was like, I was
This
doing
is the
probably
right side of the
about
road for a
50 to
little bit.
60
Then we got
really
back.
quickly, within
Yeah,
like
but
2
how
seconds.
ridiculous! How ridiculous! You go to some shopping centres and it's like anywhere from $5 to $10 for like an hour
Yeah.
to pay for parking. It's like, why should we have to pay to park in a spot just so we can go in and spend money?
Doesn't most of the car parks have a sign in small print? It says down the bottom, we are not responsible for any fucking things that get
Yeah,
fucking...
my work does that. My work says
If
that.
your shit gets stolen
Yeah.
and you're paying for parking, why shouldn't there be a level of responsibility
my
for you
work says-
cunts to look after our shit?
That's so true.
My
Why
work
the
says
fuck
that.
is it?
Shit,
Why is
that's
it
so
not their
true.
responsibility
You
when
pay for
we're...
parking. You pay
I just
for...
blew Michael's mind.
Holy shit.
My work
that's
does
so
that as
true.
well. My work does that.
We're not responsible.
When-
Bullshit.
You're paying
Anything
for
that
parking.
you leave in your car,
Well, what's
you're
your
not,
service,
we're not responsible.
motherfucker? What are we paying
We're only getting the spot,
No.
and that's it.
No.
We're paying to maybe guarantee a spot. That's it.
Do you
If
even
that.
have
Big
cameras?
companies
fuck
pay
you.
for that shit to be in a fucking centre. You've got more than enough money. You don't need to be fucking paid for parking from the general public.
But that's the thing. When like a big business or company, and they expect you to pay for parking, it's like,
Yeah.
why? What's that money going towards? What's it helping?
Private company.
Yeah, but it's fucking bullshit. Why?
Greed.
If you had
fucking
money, buy a
greed.
fucking parking lot.
I
Seriously,
honestly
buy a
don't-
parking lot. You would make
City,
so
you would
much
make
money.
so
But we
much
shouldn't-
money.
We shouldn't have to pay for parking. I think it's ridiculous. Just
I
because-
understand shopping centres having the sign saying we are not responsible when it is free parking. When they say we're not responsible for valuables stolen, I get that because they're fucking free, like where you can just park
Yeah.
wherever. So I get that.
But my
but
work
they've got
does that.
security. They've got security in the centre. They don't need to be they don't need to be going around outside making sure no one's stealing shit.
Yeah. But my work does that where it's like you have to pay for parking, but it says properties in your car left. You know, anything left in your car. It's not up to us. Like if you've left it out and someone breaks in, that's your fault.
Yeah, but that's the thing that I don't get. It's
But why
their
should we have
fucking. It's your property,
Yeah, but why should we
it's
have to pay for
on
parking?
their business property.
Yeah.
So why is it not their property that the property inside your property is not any of their property?
But that's the thing, I don't understand. Why do we have to pay for parking when we pay so much to drive a car, to register it?
It's fucked up
And
how
then
much we pay.
Whatever we have to do to get it fixed, like the TAC just to drive a fucking car and the rego is ridiculous.
It's $500 for the
And-
TAC, and
but
the
then
actual
also-
registration cost is
and
only
then, like,
$200.
Just now that we've got this 3 or 6 or 12 month payment for rego, like imagine if we didn't have that. Like how
Some
hard
people
would
are
that be?
really
I
happy
would
that we've got that.
Honestly, I would struggle because
Did you know that they doing that with the
What's that?
Now
With
here in
Rego.
Victoria you can have you can pay 3 months for rego, 6 months or a
12
year.
months. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they had it in Queensland for fucking years
But
apparently.
it only
And
starts
that
on the
only
1st of
just
January.
brought it out here.
Yeah, but it starts on the 1st of January.
What do you think about a national fucking thing for like car driving like licenses and things? We've got too many different provisions, different rules in all our different states. I think it's really weird why it's like, I understand you having a Queensland driver's license and a Victorian driver's license, but why is it slightly different rules? So like for a Queenslander, for instance, if you're on your probationary license, you have to drive to the state you're driving in's road rules.
It's confusing.
So if you're a Queenslander on your P plates, on your red Ps, and you're able to do the speed limit, if you go into New South Wales, you have to do 90.
How confusing and like weird.
That's just for Queensland, but for Victorians, we go to the speed limit wherever across Australia.
I just don't understand.
Queenslanders have this weird fucking rule, so people get caught for speeding all the time, coming from Queensland down into New South Wales on their red Ps when they don't know, because it's like a hidden rule. It's hidden in fucking legislation somewhere.
Yeah.
I
And it's just like,
understand.
so if you drive and go across the state border, you need to then start driving to their road laws. How are you supposed to know what New South Wales' road laws are for a probationary
You don't.
driver?
Like,
You
if
don't.
you're from in this state, you don't know. But I don't understand why the whole of Australia is not the same.
I honestly, probably my personal opinion would be Victorians probably would be the safer drivers. My reasoning is, for what Erin said, in New South Wales, L-plater can only go 80. If you've ever been on the freeway or the highway and you've gone past a New South Wales learner, it is, and it's 110 zone, that's 30 k's below the limit. It is so dangerous. It is super dangerous because you're doing 110. You don't quite see it's an L-plater straight away. Not saying you don't pay attention.
Truckies always whinge about it.
Yeah.
Truckies get stuck behind them and they hate it. They absolutely hate it. And it's like, well, why don't we just have a national fucking thing where it goes, just use the Victorian model. L plates for 2 years, P plates for red P plates for 2,
Yeah.
green P's for 1,
Yeah.
then your full license.
Yes.
Do that all around Australia. No one will ever have, we'll all have probably still reduced accidents. Not the same amount of, we'll still have accidents, but not the same amount. We will reduce it significantly, but we'll still have accidents because people are still going to be idiots. Until we keep coming back to it, until we all have self-driving cars, we're not going to have 0 deaths on the road. It's
Yes.
not going to happen.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
what I see is that is what needs to happen. We need to have a national type of register for everyone in Australia
Yeah.
and a national learning thing, because
But we're like
there
all
are
in the
some
same
different
country.
some different rules in different states. In New South Wales, for instance, at red, is it only in Sydney but at red lights, if you're at a red light and it's a turn left, you can turn left on that red light.
Yeah, in Wodonga you can
Really?
do that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
No, you can't do it in Wodonga. You do it in Albury. Albury is New
Oh,
South
really?
Wales.
I thought it was Wodonga as well. Oh, well there
You
you
can't
go.
do it in Wodonga.
See,
That's
that's
Victoria.
the thing. We're Australia.
You don't know.
Why is it so different for all different states and
Yeah.
Because
territories?
I
It's not gonna be all the same.
got caught driving like that once. Not getting caught by the police doing the wrong thing. No, I was sitting in that lane waiting for the green arrow and someone started beeping me. And then I looked up and there was a sign saying, if it is clear you can turn left on red arrow or something along those lines. I just find that so weird. It's like, why is it clear if it's a red arrow? If you're going to have something like that, why not just do what Victoria does, and instead of having a red arrow, we take away the turn arrow and we make it a fucking like give way, and you just merge and turn in when you can. Like, that makes so much more sense. I don't know what they're thinking really over there.
That's weird.
So I was chatting to somebody, like I mentioned earlier, I've been doing some live streaming lately. So I was chatting to one of the live streamers who we mentioned on a podcast a few weeks ago to go check out his music, and his name is Brunch Time, and he is from America. And I was chatting to him, I was chatting to him again.
America?
Oh, he's not that accent. He's from Boston. From Boston.
Fucker.
So he was chatting to him on his live stream, and got some feedback from him, which I asked about because I was interested. I hadn't got a message on SoundCloud. So I asked him, like, oh, did you enjoy it? Did you listen to it? He said he really enjoyed what we were doing. As a stoner, he really enjoys the conversation, which is really intriguing. He was saying the sort of stuff that we talk about is really good. He loves that we all have different opinions.
Yeah.
And that we pretty much just chat about whatever. that we want to, which I was really happy to
That's
hear.
really good to hear that we're doing well in our podcast and
Getting
talking
some
about
positive
things
feedback.
and we're actually getting feedback about because I feel
makes us feel good.
it does.
Definitely a boost in the excitement for the podcast.
Definitely.
I think as well. So thanks for that email. That's
no,
awesome.
Wasn't an email.
Oh, email.
You
Sorry.
were not listening, you fucking drunk stoner.
Sorry, thanks for the shout.
What did I say it was, Michael?
I got no idea.
You don't know. You can't remember either.
Shout out email MSG.
It was a fucking live stream, you Alright, I
Sorry,
think we're
live
gonna have to end it here. These cunts are so pissed and drunk. I'm just high so I can deal with it.
Sorry
Deal
for
with
the
their
brunch
shit.
time. Sorry, brunch time. Thanks for the live stream. You're awesome.
Oh, there we go. She remembered.
See you later,
So
alligator.
brunch time. Definitely go check him out on SoundCloud. He's got some stuff coming up. I've enjoyed his music so far. He does dance music and EDM sort of stuff, and he does rapping from time to time as well, which I've checked it out and he's pretty interesting. So Erin, would you like to plug our socials this
I would
week?
love to do the socials.
Awesome.
So check us out on our socials on SoundCloud, iTunes, or search the 420 Project on Facebook, Twitter,
Jesus, come on, get through it.
Twitter and YouTube. If you have any questions or comments you'd like to and say hello, send us an email at the 420projectpodcast@gmail.com. That's the 420projectpodcast@gmail.com.
So from all of us here at the 420 Project Podcast, I'm Sean.
I'm Erin.
And I'm Michael.
And that's been episode number 11. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Bye.